Have you ever wondered where the cast of the beloved British sitcom Keeping Up Appearances is now? Over 30 years have passed since the show first aired, and its unforgettable characters remain iconic. However, their lives have taken dramatic turns. Some cast members have sadly passed away, while others have enjoyed long and fulfilling careers in the entertainment industry. Let's take a look at what happened to the stars of this classic comedy. Patricia Routledge as Hyacinth Bucket. Patricia Routledge brilliantly brought to life the character of Hyacinth Bucket, pronounced Bouquet, as she often insisted. Hyacinth was the ultimate social climber, tirelessly striving to project an image of sophistication and refinement, much to the dismay of her long-suffering husband, Richard. Her obsession with social status and impeccable manners created some of the most hilariously awkward moments in television history. Beyond Keeping Up Appearances, Routledge has enjoyed a remarkable career in theater, particularly in musical theater. She is renowned for her powerful mezzo-soprano and contralto voice, which she showcased in numerous productions in both the UK and the United States. She has performed with the Royal Shakespeare Company, RSC, in Richard III, 1984, alongside Anthony Sher, and has an extensive West End resume, including Little Mary Sunshine, Cowardy Custard, Virtue and Danger, Noise is Off, and The Importance of Being Earnest. Even in her later years, Routledge remained involved in the arts. In 2016, she hosted Beatrix Potter with Patricia Routledge on Channel 4 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the beloved children's author. In January 2023, Channel 5 aired a documentary marking the 30th anniversary of Keeping Up Appearances, featuring interviews with Routledge, now 94, alongside her former co-stars Judy Cornwell, Jeremy Gittins, and David Jansen. Now retired from acting, Routledge resides in Chichester, where she remains an active supporter of the local arts and is a regular attendee at Chichester Cathedral. In 2020, she generously donated £10,000 to the cathedral's roof restoration project. She also serves as a patron of the Beatrix Potter Society and is an ambassador for the Royal Voluntary Service. Despite never marrying or having children, she has dedicated her life to her career and charitable work, leaving behind an indelible mark on British entertainment. Clive Swift as Richard Bucket. Clive Swift played Richard Bucket, Hyacinth's endlessly patient and long-suffering husband. His quiet wit and ability to remain composed amid his wife's relentless social ambitions made him a beloved character. Richard's deadpan responses and resigned expressions provided the perfect contrast to Hyacinth's over-the-top antics. Born in Liverpool in 1936, Swift had an impressive career before Keeping Up Appearances. He was a seasoned performer with the Royal Shakespeare Company and appeared in numerous films and TV shows. He played Sir Ector in Excalibur, 1981, and made several appearances in Doctor Who, including the 1985 serial Revelation of the Daleks and the 2007 Christmas special Voyage of the Damned. Swift was also a talented musician and songwriter. He toured the UK with his one-man shows, Richard Bucket Overflows and Clive Swift Entertains, where he performed original comedic songs. However, he was known for his no-nonsense attitude in interviews, often expressing dissatisfaction with promotional obligations. Off-screen, Swift was married to novelist Margaret Drabble from 1960 until their divorce in 1975. They had 3 children, including literary consultant Rebecca Swift, who sadly passed away in 2017. Swift retired from acting after appearing in Midsummer Murders in 2017. He passed away on February 1, 2019, at the age of 82. His portrayal of Richard Bucket remains one of his most cherished roles, ensuring his legacy in British comedy history. Geoffrey Hughes as Onslow. Geoffrey Hughes played Onslow, Hyacinth's beer-loving, vest-wearing brother-in-law. His carefree attitude and complete disregard for social status made him the perfect foil to Hyacinth's pretensions. Despite his rough exterior, Onslow was a lovable and good-hearted character, and his affectionate relationship with his wife Daisy endeared him to audiences. Born in 1944, Hughes had a long career in British television. Before keeping up appearances, he was best known for playing Eddie Yates in Coronation Street, a role he held from 1974 to 1983, with a brief return in 1987. He also appeared in The Saint, Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, Doctor Who, and Boone. In addition to acting, Hughes was passionate about British folk rock music and frequently participated in the Fairport's Cropperty Convention. He was also the honorary squire of the Darrington Morris Men. Hughes was diagnosed with prostate cancer in the mid-2000s, but continued acting in shows like Skins and Absolutely Frank. Sadly, his health declined, and he passed away in his sleep on July 27, 2012, at the age of 68. His portrayal of Onslow remains one of his most memorable roles, and his contributions to British television are fondly remembered. Judy Cornwell as Daisy. Judy Cornwell played Daisy, Hyacinth's kind-hearted sister, who longed for romance and adventure while living with her lazy but lovable husband, Onslow. Her optimistic and dreamy nature provided a sweet contrast to Hyacinth's rigid social aspirations. Born in 1940, Cornwell had a diverse career before and after keeping up appearances. Raised in Britain and Australia, she honed her comedic skills as a dancer and performer in London. Her acting credits include roles in Santa Claus, the movie, Mad Cows, Dixon of Dock Green, EastEnders, and Doctor Who, Paradise Tower serial. Aside from acting, Cornwell is also a successful writer. Her autobiography, Adventures of a Jelly Baby, 2005, details her early life and family's migration to Australia. She has also authored several novels, including Fear and Favor and The Seventh Sunrise. Cornwell married John Kellell Perry in 1960, and the couple has one son. Now in her 80s, she enjoys a quiet life in Brighton, having largely retired from acting. Despite stepping away from the screen, her portrayal of Daisy continues to be cherished by fans worldwide. Mary Miller as Rose. Mary Miller took over the role of Rose, Hyacinth's flirtatious and romantically inclined sister, after Shirley Stelfox played the character in the first season. Rose was known for her revealing outfits and her constant pursuit of love, despite her aging appearance. Her character added an element of unpredictability to the show, often causing embarrassment for Hyacinth with her romantic escapades. Rose's carefree attitude and unapologetic approach to life made her one of the most memorable characters in the series. Miller was born on July 26, 1936, and began her career on stage at an early age. Her television debut came in 1953, when she appeared in Those Were the Days. Throughout the 1960s, she became a regular face on British television, appearing in shows such as The Dick Emery Show and The Stanley Baxter Show. In 1969, Miller starred in the West End musical Anne Veronica, based on the novel by H.G. Wells, which further established her as a versatile performer. One of Miller's most significant career achievements was originating the role of Madame Giry in Andrew Lloyd Webber's The Phantom of the Opera in 1986. She played the role for 4 years and is featured on the original cast recording, contributing to one of the most iconic musical productions of all time. Miller's talents extended beyond acting. She was also a singer and voice artist, and her rich vocal abilities were showcased in various stage productions. Sadly, Mary Miller's life was cut short when she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer in 1998. Despite undergoing treatment, she passed away on November 10, 1998, at the age of 62. Her final performance was in the London production of Beauty and the Beast, where she played Mrs. Potts. Miller's death occurred just 3 weeks before her final stage performance, leaving a void in the world of British theatre and television. A special episode of Keeping Up Appearances was dedicated to her memory. Josephine Tewson as Elizabeth Liz Warden. Josephine Tewson portrayed Elizabeth Liz Warden, the neighbor and close friend of Hyacinth Bucket's long-suffering husband, Richard. Liz is a kind-hearted and patient character, always sympathetic to Richard's challenges in dealing with his overbearing wife. She often finds herself invited over to Hyacinth's house for coffee, where her nerves get the better of her, causing her to spill drinks, particularly Hyacinth's prized Royal Doulton cups. Her constant clumsiness provides comic relief, especially since Hyacinth values appearances above all else. Josephine Tewson had a rich acting career that began on the London stage in the 1950s. She became a staple in British television throughout the 1960s and 1970s, with appearances in popular series like Z-Cars, The Dick Emery Show, and The Charlie Drake Show. Tewson was a frequent collaborator with comedian Ronnie Barker, appearing in his shows such as Hark at Barker and Mostly Monkhouse, and later co-starring in the sitcom Clarence, 1988, Barker's final starring television role before his retirement. Tewson was married twice, first to actor Leonard Rossiter in 1958, though they divorced in 1961, and later to Henry Newman, a dental surgeon whom she married in 1972. Newman passed away in 1980. Tewson continued to perform into her later years and lived at Denville Hall, a retirement home for actors, until her death on August 18, 2022, at the age of 91. Jeremy Gittins as Michael, the Vicar. Jeremy Gittins played the Vicar, whose real name is Michael, in Keeping Up Appearances. As a prominent supporting character, the Vicar is generally kind-hearted, empathetic, and dedicated to his parish. However, he is constantly harassed by Hyacinth Bucket, who goes out of her way to present herself as his most distinguished parishioner. Despite his best efforts to maintain a professional relationship, Hyacinth's relentless invitations to social events and attempts to elevate her status leave him feeling constantly overwhelmed. The Vicar is often caught in awkward situations with Hyacinth's flirtatious sister Rose or other women, leading to misunderstandings with his wife. Despite these mix-ups, Michael and his wife seem to maintain a strong, happy relationship, with both of them sharing a mutual distaste for Hyacinth, often referring to her as the Bucket Woman. Jeremy Gittins was a familiar face on British television, appearing in popular series such as Doctor Who, A Touch of Frost, New Tricks, and EastEnders. His career includes appearances in sitcoms like Fresh Fields, Terry and June, Andy Capp, Blackadder Goes Forth, and The Upper Hand. Outside of his role as the Vicar, Gittins enjoyed a diverse career in British television, often taking on guest roles in a variety of genres. Now in his mid-60s, Jeremy Gittins continues to act occasionally, though he has mostly stayed out of the limelight in recent years. He is remembered fondly by fans for his role as the Vicar and his work in British sitcoms. Marion Baron as the Vicar's wife. Marion Baron played the Vicar's wife in Keeping Up Appearances. Although her character's name was never revealed, she was a key supporting figure, often seen standing by her husband, the Vicar, as they attempted to deal with Hyacinth's never-ending intrusions. The Vicar's wife, a cheerful and attractive woman in her mid-30s, was more composed and less flustered by Hyacinth than her husband. However, like her husband, she shared a dislike for Hyacinth's overbearing personality, referring to her as the Bucket Woman when she wasn't around. Baron's portrayal of the Vicar's wife was understated but effective, adding to the comedy by highlighting the contrast between her calm demeanor and her husband's flustered reactions. While her role on Keeping Up Appearances was primarily comedic, Baron brought warmth and relatability to the character, making her an essential part of the show's ensemble cast. Baron's acting career slowed down in the early 2000s as she focused on her family life. She is married to Simon Fuller and has 2 children. Although she has not taken on major roles in recent years, Baron's portrayal of the Vicar's wife remains an iconic part of Keeping Up Appearances, and she continues to be remembered fondly by fans of the show. Shirley Stelfox as Rose. Shirley Stelfox was the first actress to portray Rose, Hyacinth Bucket's flirtatious and carefree sister, in the initial series of Keeping Up Appearances. Rose was known for her daring outfits and her string of romantic escapades, much to Hyacinth's horror. Although Stelfox only played Rose for the first series before being replaced by Mary Miller, her portrayal left a memorable impact on audiences. A classically trained actress, Stelfox attended the prestigious Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA. Her career began at the BBC, where she starred in The Case Before You, playing a troubled 15-year-old arsonist. Throughout the 1960s and beyond, she made a name for herself with roles in various television dramas, including an early appearance in Coronation Street in 1960. She later starred in the 1994 TV film Pat and Margaret, playing the mother of comedy icons Julie Walters and Victoria Wood. Stelfox often took on bold and unconventional roles. She played a prostitute in the 1984 adaptation of 1984 and appeared in Terry Jones' comedy Personal Services, 1987, inspired by a real-life brothel owner. On stage, she demonstrated remarkable versatility, portraying Regan in King Lear and Lady Macbeth in Macbeth at the Connaught Theatre. In 1993, she played a stand-up comedian in Stand Up Sweetie Pie, directed by EastEnders legend June Brown. In her personal life, Stelfox was married to Keith Edmondson, with whom she had a daughter, Helena. Following their divorce, she married fellow actor Don Henderson in 1979, remaining with him until his passing in 1997. The couple lived in Stratford-upon-Avon, where Stelfox helped raise Henderson's 2 children. Sadly, she passed away on December 7, 2015, at the age of 74, just 4 weeks after being diagnosed with terminal cancer. George Webb as Daddy. George Webb played Daddy, the eccentric and frequently bewildered father of Hyacinth, Rose, Daisy, and Violet. Though mostly heard about rather than seen, his antics, such as attempting to drive Hyacinth to school when she was already an adult, provided ongoing comedic moments. Often described by Onslow as a dirty old man, Hyacinth preferred to attribute his behavior to war heroics or temporary lapses in judgment. Webb enjoyed a long and distinguished career in British television, beginning in the 1950s and continuing until the 1990s. He hailed from an acting dynasty, with half-siblings Rita and Harry Webb also finding success in the industry. Best known for portraying older, eccentric characters, Webb's performances were always infused with charm and wit. He passed away on December 30, 1998, at the age of 86, leaving behind a legacy of memorable comedic roles, with Daddy being one of the most beloved. Peter Cellier as the Major. Peter Cellier played Major Wilton Smythe, or simply the Major, in Keeping Up Appearances. A retired World War II veteran, the Major was perpetually infatuated with Hyacinth, despite being married to a wife he referred to as the ball and chain. His flirtations, much to Hyacinth's discomfort, became a recurring gag in the series. Cellier's career started at the Leatherhead Theatre in 1953, followed by numerous prestigious stage performances, including Shakespearean roles at Stratford-upon-Avon and the Old Vic. As a founding member of the National Theatre, his contributions to British theatre were significant. On television, he became widely recognized for roles in Yes, Minister as Sir Frank Garden, as well as in Rumpole of the Bailey and Paradise Postponed. Now in his mid-90s, Cellier has retired from acting, but remains a celebrated figure in British entertainment. The lasting legacy of Keeping Up Appearances. The British sitcom Keeping Up Appearances aired from 1990 to 1995 and quickly became a television classic. Created by Roy Clark, the show followed the relentless social climbing of Hyacinth Bucket, who insisted her last name was pronounced Bouquet. Despite her best efforts to present an air of refinement, Hyacinth's working-class family, including her slovenly brother-in-law Onslow and romantic sister Rose, constantly undermined her attempts at upper-class respectability. One of the show's greatest strengths was its ensemble cast. Each character played a crucial role in Hyacinth's world, from her nervous neighbor Elizabeth, who never failed to spill tea in Hyacinth's presence, to the terrified postman who lived in fear of her interactions. The series was a masterclass in physical comedy and British social satire, making it one of the most beloved sitcoms of all time. While the series ended after 5 seasons, its impact has endured. Special episodes, such as Young Hyacinth 2016, explored the character's early years, providing a humorous backstory for her obsession with class and refinement. Hyacinth's character archetype, the overzealous social climber, has influenced numerous comedies since, including Miranda and even Frasier, with its similarly class-conscious humor. Few sitcoms have managed to capture the same balance of farce and heart, making Keeping Up Appearances a timeless classic. Even decades after its finale, Keeping Up Appearances continues to entertain new generations, proving that Hyacinth Bucket's quest for social prestige will never go out of style.